Hey guys, welcome to Master Gaming VR. We are here today to do an unboxing and check out a rifle stock. Now, I got an email from Mike Smith, creator of Virtual Core, a few days ago, back on January 11th. And he asked if I wanted to take a look at his Evolution rifle adapter and give a little bit of a review on that. He says he's been unsatisfied with cutting PVC pipes and poorly designed 3D printed stock adapters meant for shooting games, so decided to improve on what is currently available. I believe my system will benefit VR gamers who play shooting games and possibly turn gamers who normally don't play shooting games into them. He'd be thrilled to hear back from me. So that's what we're going to take a look at today. We got it in the mail today, so we're going to bust this baby open and see if it does all that it claims to do. Virtual Core USA, their site is virtualcoreusa.com, and they have a few different accessories over there, some silicone covers for the controllers, OEM foam pads, but the Evolution rifle adapter is their main unique thing, and this is not a product endorsement. This is not paid anything. All he did was give me the stock for free, so completely unbiased based on any of that. Let's go ahead and get over this way and take a look at it. Okay, so here we are. We've got our bat knife here. We are going to bust this guy open. If we can find out, we don't actually need this. So here it is out of the box. Oh, looks like they sent me several goodie bags. Okay, so we got more than I thought we were gonna get. So we have what looks like some of the silicone covers, which I've already got a pair, but we can stuff these on the older pair, the older Vive controllers. Pretty standard. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about these. The HTC Vive covers. Wasn't expecting those. I also wasn't expecting the face mask either. It looks like I've got two of them in here, which I guess I can try. I haven't actually used an aftermarket face mask. So maybe we'll see how well these function as well. So let's get a better view. There they are right there, front, back. Again, but this is not about these. This is about this guy. So the light is, I'll get an angle on that there. There we go. So Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, works for both of them. Looks like the checkboxes make me feel like it's one or the other. So maybe there are different adapters for the different handles. Interesting. Some information back here, the Virtual Core USA site. Oculus Rift controllers. Do nothing. Package includes universal rifle adapter for HTC Vive or Oculus Rift controllers. Single point rifle sling. I like the single point rifle sling. That is one of the things that I think is going to set this apart, because a lot of times you're going to not necessarily want to have the rifle stock. Like, for example, when I'm playing Standout and I get a pistol, and I do the akimbo pistol thing, which has been working out for me fairly well, I'm not going to want to use this, so I can just drop it down, let it hang, and be good to go. So let's go ahead and open this up and actually do the unboxing here, and get ever closer to actually testing this out. So we've got some adapters, and that light is really not helping. Open this up really quick. Open. No, I opened it too much. Broke it. Alright, stick that over there. So this, I'm not sure if this is Oculus adapters or Vive adapters, but adapters. Stick these over here. Okay. So the sling that you get 1-point sling is pretty simple. It just goes over your shoulder and attaches to the stock. So there is our 1-point sling. So some assembly required. This looks like the Vive controller portion. The other Vive controller portion. And part of, I think, the selling point of this also is its modularity. You can finagle it and mess around with it as much as you like. So here is the stock, and I haven't really messed around with a lot of stocks. So this is my experience as someone who hasn't used a rifle stock. I didn't mention that earlier, and I should have. A little dingy on the material. It's not as smooth as I would have expected. Dingy might not be the right word. It just looks a little. The plastic looks a little blemished, if you can see it there. I don't know if that's by design. It doesn't really look like design. You can kind of see the reflection there off that. Let me see if I can get a better zoom in on this. It's not autofocusing. Let's see, it's autofocusing on this. If you can see that a little bit better there when I hold it up. It's nothing that's going to impact the performance, but it does mention that it's, you know, higher quality than the 3D printed stuff, and you know, I don't know. It was just a little different than I expected. I expected it to look a little bit more high quality, but you know, we're not going to be staring at it, so it might not be an issue. So yeah, some assembly required. We've got a single wing nut here. I guess it's a wing nut. And that is everything that is in the box. No instructions. So this is a go at your own pace sort of adventure. So let's go ahead and see if we can finagle this together. Oh, so here's the other wing nut. I'm guessing, well, it looks like this is the front, maybe. I like how we've got a railing here for additional attachments, maybe. Let's see. So we are gonna go this piece to this piece. Is this how it's gonna work? Yeah, I think this piece to this piece, and this piece to the stock here. So let's go ahead and get this screwed in together. Does it matter which side it goes in? Probably does. Probably needs to go in the side. So fairly simple once you get it all out. It looks a little intimidating in the box, but there you go. And now, yes, you do need to loosen it up if you want to adjust it. And it is fully adjustable, and you'll be using it like this. So the second part, oh, and it twists. So independent of whether it goes up and down, in and out, this might be a good thing, this might not be a good thing. You can tighten these down, it looks like, if it becomes an issue, so that it doesn't, so that you can't move it around. It's less loose. So this one's tightened down, it doesn't, if I hold this, it doesn't spin, whereas this one spins freely in any direction. So I like it's simple yet complex. It's very, very simple in that it's just a few pipes and some knobs to tighten things down. It's not overly complex, but you can get a lot of functionality out of this, and I can see them adding more onto this very simply and easily in the future, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get this in here. Now, maybe I don't know if instructions are needed, but it seems weird that it doesn't come with instructions. I have met some people, probably not any of you, no, not talking about any of you, but I have met some people that would need instructions for this. Let's just get this final piece in there, and we've got our stock. Now all we need to do is customize it to our liking, and we can have it like this, where it goes into our shoulder here, or it could be one of these where it's down lower, and this is a very bad camera angle to try and demonstrate that. We'll do a gameplay video in a minute with this. So I grabbed Oculus controller. I don't know what, how, why. Either they didn't send me the Oculus adapters. I mean, it kind of fits in this hole, but it's not going to stay. But yeah, so unable to test this with an Oculus, just the Vive, but that should be good enough, as it's not going to differ in functionality between the two. Let's go ahead and get in the game and test this out. So here we are. I just recorded about 17 minutes, give or take, off and on, of me trying to configure this, and actually having a legitimate issue with it. A piece broke in my hands by finger tightening it, but the settings that Streamlabs OBS set made the video come out like this. I think I might see what happened. It looks almost as though, yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this or not. You see this one right here? Yeah, you're not going to be able to see that. So the metal part is inside the plastic here, and it is flush with the end. This one right here has been recessed and pushed in. So when I was screwing it in this side, the metal came apart from the plastic and pulled into the center, so that it is no longer providing the same tension. It looks like it's just not connected at all. So give me a minute. Let me see if I can fix this. Hopefully I can fix this. Yeah, so that's not usable, unfortunately. But this is basically what happened. Okay, you see this piece right here, this metal piece right here. Basically, as I was screwing in the bolt to tighten this piece, on the just getting it finger tight like this, tightening it around the metal rod to hold this piece in place. This metal piece it disconnected itself from the plastic here, whatever material this is, and it recessed itself inside of here, so that when I undo this, and I've got it over there, I'm trying to super glue it together, but that's going to take a while. When you spread these apart like this, you would see this metal piece in between these two halves, which basically just entirely broke the whole thing. It's not usable. It freely swings in a circle around the metal rod, and really just, for the price that this thing is, it's really not acceptable, and it's really, really going to hurt the final score, especially if that doesn't work. If that doesn't work, then this thing is essentially useless to me. This handle right here is the main function of the stock, and it broke by just finger tightening it. I didn't have any tools, and I know I lost the footage. It's a horrible, not coincidence, but it's just a horrible comedy of errors that has happened tonight. So unfortunately, I don't have it breaking in my hands, but literally I was sitting here with one end of this, just all I was doing, tightening it like this. Had it right here, tightening it like this, feeling it, seeing if it was wiggling. It was still wiggling, so I tightened it some more, just another quarter turn, and it gave. It just gave, and it just started spinning around freely, like it wasn't even on there. This one seems to be better quality. Even when it's completely loose, it's still pretty solid. Whereas the other one, now I can just, let me put that back in here. Now I can just take it and twirl it, and it just goes around in circles. So yeah, if that doesn't work, that pretty much ends the review right there. I'm still going to try and use it. I will probably replace this with the backhand, and then I don't know what I'm going to do for a front grip. Hopefully that works. If not, I'll have half a stock. Half a stock might be better than no stock. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so here's the best thing about these things being modular. I am grabbing one of these connector ends, the pieces that are hooking these together, allowing them to bend to and fro, and I am going to try to connect this such that it is at the very tip working like this, and see if that will be sort of a stopgap. Even though I don't have the default connector for these, I might still be able to make this work. And I'm going to leave the controller in there. I'm going to take my wrist out of the strap first. I'll leave the controller in there so we can see just how well that works, holding the controller in. So this looks like it lines up just like so. Put this guy in there. Spin him right around, baby. Right around. Get it in there, get it nice and tight. I think I have it the wrong way. So whoops. It'll work. It'll work. Just spin it around. Spin it. It won't. Okay, maybe it won't work. Now that could still potentially work. I mean, we're gonna run with this. It might work. So if we take this, and we hold it like this, I think that's too far out. It's definitely way too far out. I think that's the best we got, though. It's really, really sad and disappointing that it has turned out like this. I don't think it will go in. I mean, it'll kind of go in backwards, but... And unfortunately, there isn't another piece where it will wrap around the way that it is supposed to go. Well, shit. I tried. I really did. I'm trying. I'm actually trying to not say it's broken and unusable. I'm really trying really hard. I had such high hopes. Such high hopes. Maybe there's another way I can finagle this together. This isn't how it's supposed to work. But it's also not supposed to break. Oh, this is... So I am using... This is gonna... Okay, so I am using this tip here that is the replacement elbow piece, well, one of the halves of the elbow piece, and I am screwing it in to a piece that it's not supposed to be screwed into. So I don't know if you can see right here. This is what is supposed to be the piece that tightens it and clamps it around here. But I'm basically screwing it through 3 things and tightening it down, and it actually still has a little bit of leeway in play. So maybe I found something that might not be horrible. I think it's still probably going to be too far forward for my taste, but we've at least got something that we can play with. Maybe. This is going to be horrible because it's still spinning, and maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm grasping at straws. Let's go ahead and get in the game and try it out. This is not a great video. Okay, here we are. We've attached the 3-point sling. I did something a little bit different with the front here. You can see it's not all the way at the tip. I used basically what is the accessory rail in the same way that I was using the tip, which let me put it a little bit farther back instead of using that half of an elbow. And it's actually more sturdy, and it doesn't slide back as freely. It does still slide a little bit, but you can see here in the game that the hands are fairly correctly spaced. Let's go ahead and ready up. Let's get in here and not die. So we don't have anything, so I'm not going to want this while I move around. It's a good thing that we are surrounded by tons of people right off the bat. Let's see, we have a little over a minute. Oh, good, somebody's in here. We're going to die.
Yes, you're right. Boy, you were right.
Okay.
How come I hear more of you guys?
It's not going in. It's not going in and staying the way I'd want it. Getting it in and out of its little holster here seems like a lot of effort, to be honest. Here we go. This is a perfect test. Oh, hey, we're loading in. That would have been a perfect test because not only I'm hitting my headset over there. Not only would we need or want to aim like this, but we would also need to rack the or slide the bolt back. Alright, so I have mercifully skipped past the whole plane ride thing because that was just, wow, the worst I've ever seen. Okay, so now I need to find my hole and stick my thing in it. And the other one, okay, and now we have, it doesn't feel like it's in there good enough. I don't know, it doesn't feel right. It slips, it slides down. The back slides down, so I think I might need to flip it around, which will mean readjusting pretty much everything. So let's flip it around. This grip right here doesn't really work on my shirt. So flip this around. Again, line it up. tighten it down so it doesn't rotate. And then tighten it down here. And then at this point, we are absolutely going to need to bring it back. It feels better. I think I need this down a notch. I need this to slide all the way back though. Let's see how that looks in here. No. This is not acceptable. So we could take out this middle piece right here instead of having this angle here. Just completely take this out. Let's try that. Hopefully the barrier doesn't come kill me. This is the most boring game of Standout you've ever watched, huh? Okay, so we kicked the bucket. The barrier killed us in the last round while I was messing with stuff. I've made a few more adjustments. I don't know how much of that you can see, but I bent the stock angle down. This is now straight. The stock is now just one piece on this metal. We're going to see how this works. So far, I've not been as thrilled with it as I expected to be. It just is a lot more overhead when you are, yeah, this is just too high. So they're claiming that this is so super adjustable, but it doesn't feel like it is as adjustable as it needs to be. And it's more fragile than customizable. Let's see if this helps. Do some more tweaking. Pull this back a bit. That's about as far as that's going to go. Nope. That's as far backwards as that's going to go because of those grooves that are in it. That's as far backwards as it can slide. I mean, this is going to have to slide forward some. All right. Let's see how this pans out. And then, God forbid, this has to be different for each weapon. And it doesn't slide in as easily as I would like. Moving is awkward. Yeah, this has just been an exercise in awkwardness, to be honest. It's really accurate there. I mean, I guess let's go see if we can get some sniper kills. This is a good weapon for the test with the scope on it. I just don't know that I feel that it is worth the extra hassle and headache. Let's try and get some high ground. Oh, the barrier is closing in. Never mind. And it's going over there. We're pretty much just going to be on the move. Unless we see somebody. Really, it's the locking in. I think most stocks do it where they utilize the top circle they utilize the top circle for holding it. That way, you know, the shaft is on the top. Where is he shooting from? I can't see him. It's a bad shot. We might as well just run in the appropriate direction. I'm gonna die to the barrier. No, I'm not. I'm gonna get safe. I feel like I have to hold on to the stock as well as the controller, and it's tiring my hands out more than it should. It feels good like this. Oh, good. Then whenever I need to do something else and get my hand back in there, it might just be muscle memory, it might just take some time to get used to, but so far it's not feeling the greatest. Wish I could see some. There we go. Oh, beautiful. That right there. That is why you get a rifle stock. So that, it did its job right there. You know, can't complain about that one shot, one kill snipe. I was probably the guy that was failing to shoot me earlier. Somebody's shooting over that way. You can definitely play the long range, but it's much less comfortable. It's more steady, but less comfortable. There's only 5 of us left now. I'm going to aim in on that can. It's much easier to get your target because you're pointing dead center. I just wish the second controller was more steady and more stable. You know what? I'm not even really using it. Get in and stay. I do feel like the settings are likely going to be different per individual player, or per individual weapon. It is getting in the way of reloading. Again, it's that I can't. The fact that that front isn't stable is killing me. So when it works, it's great. It just is a very awkward setup. I don't know why they didn't go with the top down, the way the horrible PVC pipe things do it.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Good job.
Did you win?
No. Did you get rank 2 as well?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's bad.
No, so double kills don't count.
Apparently. Trio.
See ya. Alright, as you can see, I have made a few more modifications. I do have the appropriate piece here, so the super glue did work. So I have to thank my stepdaughter for her craft, like super epoxy super glue. She does doll making things as a hobby, and so she had some craft glue that was pretty damn strong, and it has glued that piece back in place after about an hour or two of sitting there drying. So I've got the appropriate piece back on there, and it's not moving, so it's sturdy. So I want to go get another round with it being sturdy like this. I also want to pick up a P90, because the P90 has a very different grip than the rifles. It's more, your hands are more like this when you're holding it as opposed to out here. So I want to give that a try, and those are the two things that I aim to get. So let's go ahead and get back in another round. I will be merciful probably and skip the plane round again, because we don't need that in this video. Alright, well, we've got 3 minutes here before we jump on the plane. So we might be able to find some of the stuff we're looking for before we even get into a match. We can grab this. Alright, so this is the awkward part. Getting it in here. Yeah, see. Getting it in here, it's very easy to hit that grip button. Much easier with the iron sights, it feels. What I'm really looking for is a scoped weapon. And we don't have one of those. The shotgun is going to be downright impossible with this. I didn't even think about that until now. The shotgun's just not going to work. For one, it doesn't have the second-hand grip. For two, the stock hand is going to be in the way of the pump. I can't tell if it's them shooting at me or what. Yeah. So reloading is a chore. Damn it. Alright, we'll probably skip this part. They're staying in better. So that's a good.
Plane. I'm exiting.
Haha. Alright, so this is another good test. It is... There we go. Gotta have the second grip on there. And we are far enough away to actually utilize it. Much better. Now if we can actually find somebody. Hopefully we can not get shot in the face right off the bat. We can climb up somewhere high. Actually do some sniping with this thing. Damn it. If you're gonna be a sniper, make sure you have a sure shot. If you're gonna be a sniper, make sure you have a sure shot. Okay, well, I'm a bad sniper. But it works. I feel like that should have been a one-shot, one-kill. And there it goes.
Hello.
It doesn't hold. Doesn't hold like it should. I don't feel confident that I can just let go of it and let it dangle there like I should. I can't keep the wrist straps in because it just, I don't know, it doesn't feel right.
Hey, do you want to take you guys to team? Go ahead.
The delay right now would have killed me. Oh, hey, I thought you said team.
No, I did.
So it's either they're too stuck in or they're not stuck enough. And I think that's where the magnetic snap in, where it's got the little circle that you stick in the center here, and it magnetizes to the top of a stock. That's where I think those are probably going to be superior to this. Okay, here we go. So in this situation, we just wouldn't use the stock. So we would walk around without it. And maybe that's the case with the P90 as well. So you're not using a rifle, you would need a rifle stock. I'm gonna look for the P90. It's not a P90, but let's check out and see how it works. Again, this is cumbersome. Getting these in here, it needs to be simpler. Wow, that was impressive. I don't know which thing to shoot. That was weird. That was just awkward. And oh, the fun of the sling rash. Granada gonna do it. Alright, so this is like the perfect test right here. Okay. So, in the time I'm screwing with this, I would be dead. Just gonna throw that out there again, because it is not... Yeah, so right now, this doesn't do anything for me. My second hand here. Yeah, okay, that works. You have to grip first, and then put it in. Yeah, so you have to press the grip, and then put it in the thing. It's much more difficult to parkour successfully.
Empty. Oh, taking fire.
I'm running up on him.
Got him.
Nice.
You
Dead
got me
guns.
too. You got me.
No.
We traded.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
I couldn't get my other hand onto the gun quick enough to steady it, and he got the jump on me. He already hit me once before
I was running up to him too, dude, like a half second away from ripping his
good. M4 here is pretty good.
Listen to all those excuses. Okay, so I pretty much got to test what I wanted to test. The sniper was pretty steady. It does still work with the P90. That's more the game and less the stock. If it didn't work with the P90, though, there really isn't a good and easy way to adjust this on the fly. It's very... once you set it, that's the way that it's going to be for the rest of your gaming sessions. Okay, I am really of two minds on this piece of equipment. The broken piece here really is a big hit. The fact that this is shipping with defective pieces. I did contact the developer, and they did respond just a few moments ago. I'm actually re-recording this section of the video because I got information from them before I posted it. It's a defective piece from... This is I guess a prototype version. Actually, what did he call it? Let me just read to you. Hello, Mr. Gaming VR. I will send you a replacement. This is a new product for mold injection factory. Someone put screw wrong way during injection. If screw placed wrong way, it will be pulled out. We will improve quality control check. If issue like this, replacement will be sent right away at our cost. Best regards, Mike. So they are claiming that if there is an issue with one of these pieces, they will send a replacement out right away. They are also saying that they plan to improve their QA checks. How much of that you want to swallow and believe is entirely up to you. I don't know this guy well enough to know how trustworthy he or his company is. All I know, I got a defective piece. It is actually still breaking, so the epoxy is not... I probably put it on here before the epoxy fully set. So it is still slowly sliding out. I guess with that information, I could attempt to try and put it in the other way. and install it correctly. But he did say that he's going to be shipping me out a replacement piece, so maybe we'll see. It's usable still at the moment, I think. I might need to just glue it and actually wait the full 3 days, but by the time I do that and wait, it will have returned with the replacement part, assuming that works as well. It does feel good when you're holding it and you're aiming. I did get a lot of shots that I would not have been able to accomplish if I didn't have the support from the stock. Like the bridge shot, the coast shot, even hitting the guy with the sniper rifle. Even though I died, I still hit him with the sniper rifle, which isn't something that I could boast previously without the stock. So it did improve my stability, it did improve my aim. That is what its function is supposed to be. So with that, I can say, oh, yes, it did do what it said it was going to do. There are a few complaints though. The sleeves right here, you really have to jam it in there. I've said this several times throughout the video, I believe. You really have to jam it in there, and then you really have to pull it out. It makes quickly suiting up and quickly reaching out to grab that pistol or that apple or those drugs or, you know, whatever you need, quickly grab and reload and, you know, reset and go again. It's not the quickest design. Some of the other designs that I've seen that they just snap in to the top, it's just a magnet where it snaps. I think that would have been a much better design choice here. That, and it's probably a trade-off. I will give it, it's probably a trade-off. The bar being on the lower end, it gets in the way of reloading. So grabbing a mag, trying to slide it in there. The grace area for this game, for standout, is fairly large. I can get it anywhere near and it'll just snap to and put it in there. But something a little bit more realistic, like Onward, you might have more difficulty sliding the mag into the receiver and actually getting it seated. But then again, I don't have any issues pulling a charging handle back or, you know, sliding the bolt back and forward on the sniper rifle or, you know, anything up here. Whereas if it was, you know, flipped around where, you know, they sat like this instead, I might have issues with the charging handle instead. So I don't know if it's better top or bottom. Personally, I feel like it would be better on the top, but I don't have other stocks to do a comparison with. If that's something you're interested in, be sure to leave feedback on this video. Like, sub, you know, turn on your notifications to get any future videos I do with rifle stocks. Leave a comment down below saying you want to do that. If you're so inclined, there's also ways to support it so that I can afford to actually buy them, because they're not necessarily cheap. This one is $40. I don't often get them sent free, but hey, rifle stock manufacturers, if you're looking to, you know, get a review, I'm more than happy to do it if you're going to send me the stock, and I will compare it to this. If you think it's better, send me one. I'm happy to take a look at it. Having the... I just wanted to touch on this. Having the bone support, so like when crouched, letting it able to rest on your hand instead of holding and supporting it with your muscle is huge for aiming. So right now, it's just bone support. It's resting on my hand through the bone here, through the bone here, all the way to the ground. There's no muscle that's trying to strong arm it into position. That's why you get all that jerky, erratic, even when, you know, you're like holding them close together, you still are trying to strong arm it. And having the stock really did help with that. So really, it comes back to being of two minds. There are some pluses, there are some minuses, and they kind of cancel each other out. Broken piece is a big one. That if I hadn't gotten a response from the dev, if Mike hadn't said that they will replace them at cost, immediately, then that probably would have been almost an automatic no, don't pick this up. I would suggest looking around at other reviews as well. See if this is a consistent problem. I don't know how many other people have received this to actually do reviews on it, but if they're out there, take a look at them, see if this is a consistent problem. They do say that they will replace the part immediately with no cost to you. So if they honor that, then that definitely negates a good portion of that. But it always sucks to get a new toy and pull it out of the box and have a piece of it be broken. So that does, cast a negative light on the review. The ease of access is also another negative. I think that might just come with stocks in general. They're going to be a little bit more cumbersome, but it's a trade-off that you have to make. Is the awkwardness worth, not only the stability and the improved aim, but also the immersion factor of having a rifle butt, in the small of your shoulder, aiming down, feeling it on your chin, feeling like you're actually aiming down sights. Is that worth it to you? To me, I think maybe, yeah. I think that's one of the pluses. But again, nothing really strikes me as this is a must-have, and nothing really strikes me as you absolutely shouldn't buy this. I'm very middle of the road on my opinions with this. If you can get one, if the $40 is no issue to you, if you can try it out. This is definitely a try it before you buy it, if possible. Maybe go get a couple of PVC pipes. Maybe do the cheapo $5, $10 rifle stock, and if that is what you like, then maybe upgrade to something like this that's a little bit more customizable. Speaking of customizations, it took me all night to get this orientation set up so that it works with this game. I haven't tried any other games. I don't know if this setup is going to work with those other games. That's my fear. It didn't work very well with the P90. I had to, grip it here and then stick it in there. Other games, that might not work. So that's another consideration for why I'm sort of mixed feelings on it. That's a game-by-game basis. It's something that's completely out of control for the stock manufacturer. It's all game dev and game specific. But that being said, why would you want to buy a stock that isn't really compatible without drastically reconfiguring it every time you want to play, BAM or Pavlov or, H3 or Onward or any other of the myriad of shooters where you would want a rifle stock? To me, it's a luxury, definitely not a necessity, and I can't really say yes, go grab it, or no, steer clear, because I'm going to say again, I'm a broken record at this point. It has its pluses. It did do what it said it was going to do. It did improve my accuracy, but there was enough that I didn't like about it that I'm not sure if it's worth the cost of having that delay when picking up your first weapon. There's so many times where just my speed has saved me from immediately dying, being the first one dead because somebody dropped with me and they're right behind me trying to grab my weapon. That's another thing. In this game, trying to grab the weapon out of somebody's hand, you can't get this out quick enough to reach out there and grab it. So I've got good things to say about it, I've got bad things to say about it, and I can't really decide which one outshines the other. It's really difficult. So I'm going to let you guys take what you've seen in the video and decide for yourselves. Is this worth $40? You tell me. I'm thinking maybe. I don't know. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me. If you did enjoy this video, once again, please be sure to hit that like, sub, comment down below. Let me know what you think. I appreciate your feedback greatly. I try to change what I do based on the feedback you guys give me. If it's still in line with my core values of you know, showing real raw gameplay, all the issues and the boring stuff along with the cool highlights. But I'm also trying to, you know, accommodate the other people. I did a highlight video for Standout recently, seeing how that goes. So give me your feedback. I do appreciate it. I do listen. I do try to make changes based off that. If you want to go the extra mile and help support, there are plenty of ways to do that down below. Go ahead and check those out. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitch. That's where I've been live streaming for the next couple of months at least, seeing how that's going, testing out the waters over at Twitch. But that's going to do it for me, and I will see you guys in the next video, which might just be a sprint vector video because I just received a backwards challenge from Session. So we'll see how that goes. I'll see you guys later.